And this one says, I'd like to wish our sister Mabel Nadu Fry. Happy birthday to Mabel Nadu Fry. It's from your sisters Hilary Fry and Monica Nadu Fry. Have a beautiful day, Mabel. Happy birthday to you. This one says happy birthday to Jaina. Is it Jaina or Jaina? Kayla. Edimbako. Jaina, Kayla, Nana Equia Anoche. Happy birthday to you. Nana Equia Anoche. Simples. This one says happy birthday to Lady Alexandra Zoe Apia Yamoa. Lady Alexandra Zoe Apia Yamo of Jack and Joe School. It's from Auntie Hilda and Grandma Edufa. Kwesi Prata Betranse. We're hoping Senana Kumia Bitmiaba. In the meantime, Goyle, your oil marketing company of choice, wants to remind you that we're making life so ever so convenient for you. Now you can just Momo at Goyle. Goyle now accepts Momo for all fuel purchases. So just remember to Momo it at Goyle. Alternatively, you can use a bank card. That is all bank cards to buy fuel at Goyle. All bank cards. Drive to the nearest Goyle station today, buy your fuel, and pay by Momo, bank card, or Goyle Go card. Visit the Goyle social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. For more information on the service stations, you can conveniently use your Momo. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, yeah, you DM. Our own team. A very good morning to you, Mr. Kwame Osei-Prempeh. Have a lovely day, MD of Goyle. Last one. And to you, Rita Prekon, have a beautiful day. Irakusia, have a good one. And happy 18th birthday to Lady Shola Nashome Otu, aka Baby Na. It's from your friends, especially Naomi K, Danso Patrick, and Kakra. Esther Dakumensa, good morning to you as well. Thank you very much for listening. Manzaya, have a lovely day. Abner Jari, have a good one. Charlie Bima. And this one says it goes out to Stephanie Darling Tete of Direct Savings and Loans in Jolu. Happy birthday, Stephanie Darling Tete. Have a good one. It's from Samote Adano of the Graphic Communications Group. Okay. And this one says Tyrone is 15 years old today. You're a big boy. Tyrone Afari Banwell of Adisado College in Cape Coast. Happy 15th birthday to you, Tyrone Afari Banwell of Adisado College in Cape Coast. It's from your dear mom Trudy and the entire family. Be a good boy. They wish you well. William Sangmo, good morning to you as well. It says from the Antiedu Donko family. The Antiedu Donko family wishing our beloved mother, Madam Martha Abna Boatima of Boatima Enterprise. Happy birthday to you, madam. Okay. Cynthia Adai Yeboah of Salvation Army Polytechnic at Jumako. Happy birthday, Cynthia Adai Yeboah is from Linda Ankara to you. And once again, happy birthday to you, Mabel Nadu Fry. Enjoy your birthday, Mabel Nadu Fry. Love and best wishes from your sisters, Hillary and Monica. Have a blessed day, Mabel. Peace 104.3 Etwa Yejume Dienuso Kwesi Prato Hano Pena Kwesi Maje Boko de Na Anope we century ninti mpese ohe century esamubi emami. Yes sir. Na Daily Graphic IMF team arrives today led by mission chief and a graphic and not the nana who papa. Daily Dispatch government's economic team member speaks. IMF by itself cannot create prosperity. They come in for stabilization and they are launching our economic management team home. TUC going to IMF is a tragic mistake and they find that I will have no pay. New Crusading Guide. Kojo Ponkroma say government's decision to seek IMF support justified. Daily Guide. Nana, President Omo referred. Nana leads IMF negotiation to secure $2 billion. And in fact, inside the and I know she, but I know pay anya IMF waha. Kwesi Adiana na usuru naba.
Oh, Kwame.
Adiana na also one pen, aba.
Kwame say nyame nkwa na misru. Obi asru. No bi ampe. Asamu iba yakoya chikakra.
Yeah.
Na yatini ya mpanyimfo ni na akape. Obi ni ho kaso.
Heavy patch.
Any anuma omo a new patriotic party. Ba akokra de na some kan ni say. Obi obekwa ya mebi anu aboda.
What is that?
Ashanti Regional Director of Communication.
I see.
Also obi obekwa ya mebi anu aboda na dwun nya dwun. Ena eni yende. Na masa kwa mpacho pi. Mpacho we de misre.
Me take kwezi.
Empre dun sonia yako sa ekonu ne boa.
16.
17.
Anya 17th one year.
17th one.
Okay, 17th one.
Dun song.
Yeah.
Na dun song na yakoni na edi empa nya firi. Masa
nothing.
Yako dun song nya firi mo. Yako dun sia. O de emfa say yako dun sia. Nya firi mo a. Yesa ko dun song bi. Masa unim ehia kura kasa ka me kasa bebe. 1982-83. Any experience kakra.
Okay.
The brana Ura Jerry John Rollins your man penny. Yes yo. Esi kasam ne di mo hia onje. Inti yenko IMF ni World Bank ene ekoe. Ekoe no ma nhihye bia the two needing economic recovery program. So bekaya.
Meka ERP. Emu SAP, emu PAM SCAD. Ne why.
Yeko he no mo say edikan esika no asum bododo nti yente so
Devaluation.
Mo say esika no asum bokura do nti yente so. Ena ehya sese sika yetete so ba. Masa pinten and they yete hai. Ghana cedi since 1982 a devalued by 38,000%. As we enko ye.
Yen yembo ebre ye na.
We make up 38,000%. Yenko ye ni. Enfe no tunchen. E almost yo abanjuma no yantunton and ye chassis. State Fishing Corporation, Yaton.
Black Star Line,
Yaton Bibiara.
GNTC.
Masa, Eduma Yaton na ni nyinara ewu kodoto. This a mienu sabinaka. Golden Tulip and a moving peak ambassador. And they be a bakum mienu bi aka. Nyaka ina eguye. Eton Yaton no. Ama Sajumano and to me and Jinan and answer. Nina Guye. Then fell no soon to answer. Hey, and penny for his sign catcher and say, say, abide my for no more doors to do you ready. You are dear, who better
Retrenchment
of labor. Pintain within 1 year. We are 300,000 workers a day. 300,000 workers a day. You were the way, Paquajina, and no money away. And fire and call me and yet here. Massa, and what you know, almost say, oh, now, what dear, I dare not moya doyesa. And the social services need subsidies are also in health near why. Education near why and near why my baby back room had near friend cash and carry. So Bekaya,
okay.
Cash and carry. Now cash and carry no crowd in the land, the can more. Wunam, na kunya kunshia. Na and Kofoya doya number tamu quaspiti. Na could do an escan but to my big went ya yen show. cash and carry. And you sue cash and carry one. I say, okay, and you national health insurance, near fan socket in the kakra. And you acquire national health insurance. National health insurance is something that you know the air can't mean boss. And you acquire national health insurance. I am after a call. Almost a monster boss, a bad one, moon funny public. Okay.
Yeah.
But we are almost a monster boss freeze on public sector employment. And Babuni school, school, being engineers, Nini Kika, who teacher for near the Umugufi, nurses, Umugufi, and found mum. Young so necessary here, teacher for you here. That's why I'm for say, Manco found. Master Moon, some dear say Becca. Young sorry soon there. Kwame, the crack running saying. Namin Chadie, a year or man penida da J. Kufo. Or no Kasati IMF New World Bank is shape or Kasatia din. And Ghana forces a sanity de Betua Bama. Into 2000, you got to a bano, and we didn't kunim. Or man penny kupo didn't kunim 2000, or better kundraisu. Masa, one trassi and yo. O man penin kufu eto abama no one trust and wie o yes o trust ya na IMF New World Bank for tintim krata koma no Davi yendu hipik krata o tintim koma no say na ya nyina over the last how many years from 1982 no about 2000 no papa biara ni na economy no atetia pansam krasa wo ye ho hwe ani yi Ubekai. Woman a trouble, nay, any eka. IMF New World Bank for an Becca send the economy in fact, I could do no. See, I name emergency measures be a home battery. It woman Casa did to Muse. She share a year if 1982
to 2003.
And between 20,000.
2000.
And one wants to sprout Moncofa be by a friend Hippic. Ubeka sese no man panic for so on play. You go be from JH Mensanum, David, Adea Moyen. The Chinchimi and Sasa no Mukuso Musa, a Benjamin, a band, a some not to ye. Some no not Ghana sick as some, Osisia. Not at the 67%, 67%, and the idea debt servicing and public sector emolument, 67%. And then he found I could do 128%. If 67%, I could do 128%. This is so Musa crack. Every soon as my penny before could be soon as Professor Milsaba. Sam Crawford may be more. IMF New World Bank for your team Crata Diaba. Crata Benum Tintin by say economy a moon, you must say. It is five extraordinary measures there you trap up. That was 2009. And we think Tim's Sakrata and by. And he emprenu. And when I catch us, one can share Mukasi in this one. I'm fat. I'm quite my. Na me trust me, me about. 2000 and 2012 ban. Then you know when people cancer. Baby, one na yajitu. Bakune saying, Bakune your man penny cancer, Gogisberg economy no challenge. I see who from you and free from my home toilet. Kind any jabba. Hey, Gogisberg economy, my dear me, it be free. It be so musa. And and go for Kanye on Becca. And then, sir, I am a very quick. And you go give back economy and yes, I come moving. Yes, I come within this. Now, and some of the doors, so I mean, you see, they can't die and sorry. Here, I have been wondering, say, you can't say you call IMF na Oma grant your facility, no? Start the program. And Tissa.
Yes, sometimes cried best 6 months. Now,
6 months, 5 years.
Namudi home come up.
A man be almost cost 5 years. 5 years and fin woman into me negotiating here. 5 years. It's an automatic. And I come on negotiating your crowd. One can such me catch of say, negotiations now going into Yanjamo. It's an automatic so call and so on. And also, I say, you did 2 years, say, and automatic. Na anopay Kwame a friend Ghanaian Chronicle omo di nsambia betudwa emupi pa emupi na ekuo bi a the friend hon saying the friend hon edin beba the MPP kuo bi Royal Patriots you know what we omo di mpa
me ntida
the MPP for part omo tintim krata e dia beto abonti na mekan kakra was it a new patriotic party pressure group the Royal Patriots has urged President Akufo-Addo to cause a reshuffle in his government and to go a step further to relieve some appointees of their portfolios. The group revealed that it was a common observation that some appointees of government were sleeping on the job and has become the concern of most political watchers and even the ordinary man on the street. According to the Royal Patriots, most of these appointees, by their actions and inactions, believe that they are untouchable. The MPP pressure group lamented in a statement signed by its secretary, Maxwell J. Nyano, that the president has not caused any major reshuffle since MPP assumed the reins of government in Ghana from January 2017. In his first term, through to date, his second term, and the last 4-year mandate of his second term. The group continued that public utterances against the government are so bad and hurting that they find it strange as to why the president is still defiantly maintaining some of his appointees. The group reinstated that there are internal and external factors, responsible for the economic difficulties Ghanaians find themselves in, which necessitated the country seeking to subscribe to the International Monetary Fund for a bailout. COVID-19, they stated, is a major economic erosion which affected every country, especially the emerging economies like Ghana. The Royal Patriots emphasized that these major external factors are causing a lot of economic destabilization. Inasmuch as the government of the day is working around the clock to find solutions using both homegrown policies and with other international agencies such as the IMF to mitigate the effects of the economic impact, the group noted that there are other internal factors which are self-inflicted and are causing a lot more injuries to the national economy. Last paragraph. These factors include, but not limited to, non-linkages of government programs, unstable currency, domination of our productive sectors by foreigners, our people's penchant desire for foreign-made goods which are not being regulated or tackled by the government, and most importantly, non-performance of some government appointees.
But isn't it quite interesting? So, isn't it quite interesting? So, my minister be and appointee be and say, or say, President Unifrio.
So, what you
say? And your marker, but a mumbo be a
so, yes,
I am every day now.
Hey.
Ain't he?
Uncle Body. Oh, and I will use a before Tricasa, my friend Ambody.
Ambody.
Before Tricasa, my friend Ambody. Ain't he? Bueno, MPP4 and a Casa. No, we don't pen a Casa, you probably be a Casa or MPP. Ain't he? Sanya air corner. Now, Kwame Pacho say, a bayan Casa, uti a bayan Casa. Now bisa a buying penny for say din tipa na moko IMF. Anyone you know moka. Ebenya bosia. and there we can do one cat and busy busially being on a 2.5 or $2.6 billion. A toss me. One more can put Tokasam the dead. Almost friend, a policy a day. Oh,
policy credibility was.
Policy credibility.
And here, President Mahama Abreso, no friend of policy credibility. But we know balance of payment support.
No, one friend of policy credibility. Balance of payment support. Many Sikana Ibeniano.
Many could your pon Krumadin Komo Hano or one policy credibility or say balance of payment support.
Yes, balance of payment support. And only Sikana Ibeniano. And your policy credibility. Sikana Ibeniano say Busia. Okay. Na edi empa ni di enya. Adi di enya pa ni eka. Say eka di enya pa. Na eka di wenya, wo san ko bobosia be pieso.
Say bia we dudu. Oya
enkwe. Na akobo bobosia na dia be pieso. In any case, say akwaji sika kura na edi be share economy ni mu a. Tokro na de economy no ensiri. Tokro no so chance aska ya kwakoji. Na policy credibility no. Ya titia. Me sanya mitia say they different no kwame. The cast policy credibility a. Eno nkyerɛ sɛ ehyehyɛ a wɔyɛ ana policies a wo yɛ no. Ebema what me ama ɔmanfo anya nsupa. That is not the objective. Policy credibility nyesa na ɛyɛ. Eno nkyerɛ sɛ ehyehyɛ a wɔyɛ ana sɛ policies na wo dey ba no. Ebema ɔmanfo ho ahehan wo. And so policy credibility is to enable you to borrow more. It's a stamp of approval say enkofo bo ombosia omunye kaprim.
When you see a friend enhanced domestic program.
No sani na ekosi wala ajimbe ni enti. Ya titia kwati pams card ni adi na pay. Ni na ekosi okro na. Onam chem. Inti policy credibility no so. Masa anya de beboa e. Maticrase bi ka say ebe introduce discipline.
Fiscal discipline.
Masa discipline ben. Discipline is one baby who sick as him. Ana and share why you need duma oye. Oba mo se hwe awe. Na wo di kasa. I can minimum sa. Also quiet one district one dab. There be no free. Omo hwa omo se na mo de mo ni sika mo de ba tua e ka mo de. Mo sorry am say mo quite free education. There be free education in so and so on. That is the discipline they introduce. IMF no mo buta say omo ba behwe. Ema oman bi atumpon na ne nkrofo man no na de kire akwanimu. Ana say omo behwe na oman bi na go kansie atumpon ne ade enya no kura ne wo mo fapem a wo de adwuma wo mo fapem mo de adwuma ne say wa account no e be balance with deficit e be ba form what do you make answer with deficit be ba form e ka wo de no betimi atua so eno ne butaye si wo mo nyum ena na fo sun o mu sun aban eko IMF no esu oben esu musu ni se duane bo ayede petrol bo ayede ya di mo hini a enje and so on sa su no musu se yakwan asai wo musu se yehu amane oman mu ha sa ne omani na nka IMF priorities no enka ho kra na yen yakọ we ka ho a edun song ene akwa IMF we se we ka ho a maza the problem between us in the all these years of IMF and World Bank tutelage no and faswa and free home.
But because say IMF no among country be as a bra.
Oh, no correct.
Amama na apply.
Masa no correct.
Intinu is that an admission say ya who say enkoyi ma intini ye ko.
No correct. Now can you no correct.
Nti ye bra na amoni ya na. Ye bra na amoni ye.
eh na boy every year ke beko masa ah ayi why ye mimi nua pani na do dan kwa kufa do se me no kan aso ba mbo every year na kwa IMF onu ane no muto nyame na America yo do kwa ne kan onem chem one mbo every year na kwa IMF nti ande yi na jitum se ya bra ne ambo ni se MPP for ikro mu tintim krata ikra ka se ya mo every year ntini ye ko na ya kan no yese ibisa ye ho se anyenye bia oman bi wo wiase mu ha omo de omo ko IMF a omo nyoma ko si wo yi ana kwami ma dwen mi hu ba kopo oman bi a omo de omo ko IMF a esi ye ma won mi hu bi ma dwen obi nim bi a on kan kire mi amepa de ma dwen a mi hu ba kopo one single one guda mi hu bi enti so bia akona se nye ye ma na adan na ye tutu mi kako e se yakopim na ebebi na kampese mi bu ya se eno no bu sa be no e puto kasa se osuo fawa uhu aha de tasuo na ni kura wo fi se no na beje na udibika no akokrache ebi ene ye wa me nyese nim ne haye obi ara nim ne haye ye mpanifo yi wo position wo mo ki ka pepepepepe ne haye he obi ara ni Ghana ha onim ne haye ene sa new patriotic party royal patriotic sa ne haye o maka ni na ebi ni say yeti o man mu ha na mobile telecommunications obi enu say mobile telecommunications a wusika papa mine kwami fi wani na hwe mobile telecommunication sector say Ghana for ahi and a mobile telecommunication sector ye ni ho eso ya dia obi agitu say a wusika pa mine eso ye ni ho for mobile telecommunication sector no fatun chain mine in there ma fem de ka bi mkala me fere poto ye tu sika kokko ni adi na tutu bia ye nya ho hwe masa ni anya no emfa ye nko babiara it's not even sufficient to construct roads to the mining sector and so on. 98% of the total value of gold exported from this country no e come on it na say utu gold na say mu 98% ska be na mu 98% come on it ahin na eba wo mu na de akotu gota
na who kosan
oh masa kwame make kaba onam chelo enu so ka ho bi enti ni ayehia ni apotoka semu ye kanu fundamental restructuring of the national economy fundamental ni anana akufo ado kan ye no a wan fanya adwuma no enu na nka se di adwuma ema inam puntu fundamental restructuring of the economy me sa ka biem kwami what you about no abre achampo General Kutu achampo by measures I will take here to make sure that we take the commanding heights of the national economy. Me sa ka biem menka that's macabre onem chelo ani yanye ani etimu ha eti enye IMF na a solution. IMF has never solved any problem.
It's on record say you call IMF for the first time in the 60s. Started in 65 and then Kubasa and then in 67. Yeah, quite first thing. Aba Bedune. What options do we have?
I think it's important to make a distinction. IMF program, assessor. The IMF program which existed in 1965 is not the same program they are implementing today. The push for the neoliberal order, the ideological push for the neoliberal order started in the late 1970s. And no, and the could do something. So, yes, I said it there. I'm no share. Sagana contributed to IMF. They are members of IMF.
Say a member of IMF.
Exactly. Into a chassis, and not put I say, Bia, when you temporary problems in your economy, balance of payment deficit near near Moscow Kakrana with your cushion. One person would determine what you want to do with the money and so on. Asisa. By 1970s now, many developing countries. So Bekaya, New D can Kasa or Hupa Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro started a global campaign for the non-payment of debt. Okay, I said, Ubia Udi can be a mentia because the debts were unpayable. And only a pimping sway you could do, baby, a quality could be a friend, Jubilee 2000. Jubilee 2000, Bekaya. Ghana,
she a dear name of
Kutampa. Ghana, Kutampa, no count one penny for Hupa, quality Jubilee 2000. And a buyer and a hippie buyer. Hippie buyer, Kutampa, Luminaka, a hippie, me and Koji hippie. So Bekaya.
But no, because he owns your bed.
That's quite much on your bed.
Yes, but the gadgets back economy now, Okano. Turning it around, and easy how. And you're better.
Better.
I don't know. I mean,
better. I don't say better. You're better eventually. No, drew, I say, drew you high, and power. Now, say, drew and that's a wolf fed drone when you're who told so fed you have been out. I don't want me a count sister, a no said drone. You're with down. Nedra a dream power and sign a radio, called Mamma Sawad were home for nothing. On them, sir. It is sanity. We know a dream, ye called Lum, near San Abetrayed the devil. Into Yanum near Nuna beside area. That's the point. Me hey, Kwame.
Yes, please.
Me this a corruption is the cause of what we are facing today. Obi obeka sabi anonsi on umunkuntani. Now who export to gold? That's a 2% tell about economy. Now the emphasis for we are 2% now cry. And is that the cause of your problem? 98% ne kokwado and also. Corruption is a problem, no doubt, it's a problem. But it is not the main cause of the problems we are facing today. The problems we are facing today are structural economic problems, fundamental structural economic problems. And no, and I say, yeah, Omaya etim. We na and someone ya Canada, Kwame. It's Omaya etim. Who did you not say enam ka osimo? Diakitwala be nam na ka osimo so yakra. Toothpick. Yakra. Na Kwame ko man bi wo ho. Na sa o man no. Omo kra handkerchief a ubu on say. Handkerchief. And now you say you wo mu a and ko to me to wiem hien. Eko busumi so eko 1990 so ko yi na busumi so sign ba no. Yeah de handkerchief. Handkerchief. Enu so ni yet say handkerchief.
Na say toothpick yakra.
Yakra toothpick yakra handkerchief.
Fos dross.
Brazil. Kikani na ka ho. That is the problem of the national economy.
Anyway.
Na enkofo bebre si yen enkofo adi.
Tisenia Royal Patriots CK. Ebiswaka message by President Mahama Sudi to just say when you need say Ken Oforiatta is the right person to be in charge of the economy at the moment now. Penny
Mimiti hai ende. Mintu show when you show na kumeni and ka Ken Oforiatta or your finance minister so mintu bin kasa. But mintu ni so betra ham be kasa. Wuyi na problem ni na beko.
Yeah.
Mintu bin kasa. Ano bi betu kasa. Policy issue. Wuyi na ko fa fufuro balance on so sa kwan so an wo fa so a. Masa. Oyiwa. E be dira musa. Onem jam. If there's a new policy, a new framework for national development near Kofaba, and no emphasis on who change any ni pedi by heart. Of course, cabinet to shop will emphasis on. Emphasis on who say. Come be Kasembi, but he said, "Kwame." But emphasis on who say. Yes, sir. Biara. Yabman Juma so on, you know.
The Nibako Juma.
Oh, the Nibako Juma say, hey, na area ko ye yi na di na me man na me die yi a wanya na mismeko it's a certain caution e ma obiara eda ne ho so and so on. That is the value of cabinet reshuffle. But cabinet reshuffle per se, no, it doesn't change policy orientation. What do you say? It doesn't change policy orientation. And in media, you hear me teach you the policy orientation near cabinet reshuffle. Cabinet reshuffle why in some ways, but it is not.
But then, you need to know cabinet
reshuffle. What is it going to lead to? Are we saying, say, economic measures are nara from 2017 I be seen them. I can afford that during 1 year.
David.
To me, Casa. And the Omuko cabinet or Momuti or Omon Casa. The Omudi I can afford that Becabiano Magiatu. Is that the case? Of course not. Now, Vice President Tiho can operate at Tiho, Obiati, or Yenua, Omutuni Casapa, Obitza Dambutu Tiwa. Where then our Caso being kept.
I like Chairman thing.
Omunati Tiho.
Yeah, or Suffer.
Where then our cow moon kept. On himself. Anti media, reshuffle no bar, it may serve some purpose, but it is not the final solution to the problem. And I pay Yenya Penny Alan Kodeche Martin Aka.
Daily Dispatch front page. Daily Dispatch front page.
Wakasem pa. Na enu no so ebia yetie na supermu a kebeboae. O see, IMF by itself cannot create prosperity.
Yeah.
They come in for stabilization alone. Send America and I know an Alancha Matike. So IMF no one na dey I mean, they can't solve the problems, the real problems of poverty, of misery, of underdevelopment, petroleum price hikes near them. And yeah, IMF never be solved by mine. And on what can? Yenya Dr. Alhaji, His Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia. Also, Kikebi. Okay, same people. Ebrana NDC forecast external factors. High. We don't know okay.
What's it?
Hey, we who said that bisabi. If you me man over. If you man over, they don't worry. If you over. I don't okay. Also on the NDC for no who ya no nwanwa. Na the nti omo ya no nwanwa ne say nti global factors nearby and external factors nearby. E hurifa Togo so and the hurifa Abidjan, La Côte d'Ivoire so and the hurifa Burkina Faso so na be kan Ghana nkwana. And that is not a realistic way of looking at the economy. And then you find it one. And then we have 4 countries here. Ghana's petroleum prices are the highest. 4 countries. In Tiano, so one more external factors. Yeah, Dr. Bawumia. In external factors, no, a hurifa Togo so, and a hurifa Burkina Faso so, and a hurifa La Côte d'Ivoire so, Nebeka Ghana and Kwana. Dr. Bawumia na eka odem na America.
Oh na o toaso. Intimate.
Me carry Dr. Bawumia some na America. Hey, the external factors were hot. And external factors a hurifa Togo so, a hurifa Burkina Faso so, and a hurifa La Côte d'Ivoire so Nebeka Ghana and Kwana. How is that possible?
Na sanya Ghana and Kwana apply for IMF.
No, America external factors responsible for the economic hardship. No?
Because
the economic hardship now. There are no Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, which is at a state of war, and so on. There are no Chichen. And you can now external factors. No, I mean, me crowd the enemy who crowd Bruce and say, "I say COVID no crowd na a dear nyapa." Hey. And then when America says COVID, the whole world, you're handling it better than any other country. Now, say, handle COVID better than any other country. How does it affect us more than the other countries? Mean, maybe I mean, imagine. Now, say, imagine you had more person and Jidis imagine you had my idea. And you're la braca. Some men, no. COVID, must be the unkind, didn't cry, and the yapa because. Mujire mu bo modern pa as effects by the aka engine baby ah enu no so firi hifa kwa me ma yenu na akumi aso nya bi nkan na kasa che
na akumi akwa me baby san ne buses bi ho asam but as na be du ho no
baby san dey
buses you say Ni 50 buses be. Oh, you're back up and I'm every day. But before I back on Qatar 2022 is almost here. Yeah, you pay born, you pay Qatar Akono say Kempon Travel and Tours and it's CBG. Consolidated Bank Ghana is offering attractive packages from visas, travel fare, feeding, accommodation, sightseeing, match tickets, and so much more. Into its upper be Qatar 2022. CBG has 114 branches. Into our passport. Do I catch himself as Qatar 2022? Or more platinum, gold, silver, bronze. You bet you and then you just pay your cash and you're onto a good thing. So we're going to Qatar 2022. It's Kempon Travel and Tours in partnership with Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. Call them if you like 0302 216 000 0302 216 000. Qatar 2022, we are on our way. Young Konkwa CBG, we stand with you. Good morning to all my friends at CBG and good morning to all my friends at Kempong. So that tells you that just a mimi womb. We have said, over train me behind me do Kataja. Look sharp. Now, come here, my chair.
Kwabi Mejo so.
Aquabanso.
Bedasi Minu.
Na, say, you call a IMF. But, answer be do IMF no. Yes, what COVID buses. I know you're I want you to COVID buses. I know you're there.
Kwame Bedasi. I say, if you die, trade me. And you're done buses nedi.
Yeah.
I have 50 buses. That's our buses. COVID, Tanana COVID, Jinemupa, Nana. Your name investor big, a ding combo. This time, Nana, you expect. Say, Kebaba. But it's COVID, supply constraints, any shipping difficulties, and be doing them. But about be do, and if you are there train me, you did die.
Okay.
Now, these are the most sanitized buses in Ghana today.
Sanitized.
Yeah. Come we rap buses no more. Sir, a been a one more research in first. Time I could be bad our family. A biwom.
Hey.
And to remove a dry with a shower with
disinfectant.
Na I know how na gate na no obey unsa disinfectant hand sanitizer na camera wo temperature gauge wo so we share mask and wa camera wo be show say kokosha mask. Ninya will get na no. Into room one dware na wa ronsa na I take you temperature. Ninya automatic. Na camera don't say try and so share mask and now share mask. Now continue mo. Timuna every 1 hour be no shower no samba. Shower the whole bus. Ndi o mo crowd my UTV for ba omu yi ninya. Enim say wan hwa.
Mentimi anhwe.
Eye basa ahumka wompa.
Na mo de kwahin.
Ya de beko kumasi titru. Nebia tamalin so kakra. Nti ya dani na obedi Friday trip.
Sanitized buses, STC buses.
Yeah.
Ain't disinfected.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Constant.
Na a bit me the aqua IMF there. Yet me be quite. Branch episode here and pay Isaac Ajiman of Benchmark Marketing Agency. Good morning. Thank you for listening. Isaac Ajiman of Benchmark Marketing Agency. Have a lovely day. Asana Nana Akumia Bebemino, Professor Ransford Jampo. He says going to the IMF is a lazy man's approach at perpetuating our incompetence. From independence to date, the political elite have refused to renegotiate agreements to ensure we get more than 5% from the mining of our minerals. We get less than 15% from our own oil, whereas Gaddafi was taking close to 70% after proper negotiations. The failure to renegotiate monies that comes from our own natural resources is simply because the status quo either benefits only the political elite or we are incompetent in thinking. Professor Ransford Jampo talking incompetent Incompetent. It's our word, you know. Incompetent. This one says Ghanaians should brace themselves for the unavoidable biting conditionalities. Ghanaians claim the e-levy is evil. Now they will see the difference. The adage goes, if the tortoise wants its blood to be plenty, it is diluted with water. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. Chairman General, when will Africa be free? When will Ghana be free from debt? When we have all the rich resources? Is it lack of management of our leaders or lack of discipline? Only God can answer this. Ajinyame, Daniel Ochre in Soutio. Hold your gun. Mr. Alfred Osei Kakari, happy 40th birthday to you. Mr. Alfred Osei Kakari, God bless you. Love from your wife Saps and your children Empaibo and Achadepa. NPP is now knocking on the door of the IMF. Oh, Baumia. Oh, Baumia. In this period of economic hardship and agitations on the labor front, it is also expected that those in the positions of leadership, especially political appointees, should exhibit humility, modesty, consultation, and above all, be accommodating. This will restore public confidence in leadership in addressing the challenges of Fei Kumi Mampong Equiapem. Obi Treso Onode or Train. No one has said MPP elections near Bano. Will we see profligate spending? And Ebemiehu say they really are or not. I am highly disappointed and sad when I hear government is going to IMF. The only solution to our challenges is to invest in the agri sector, develop the value chain as a matter of urgency to create jobs and become self-sufficient and export the excess for foreign exchange. Otherwise, doom ahead. Michael Shalaja. Hey, Nana Kumia, your buses, why we go bath for inside? Justice in the beg, you know, be bathing buses. George Quarting in Adenta says, tell Professor Jampo that it is easier said than done. Well, Chairman General, just to throw into your discussions, we should remember Ghana has a different pricing regime from our Francophone neighbors since 2015. So to compare prices of these countries without appreciating the fundamental differences in pricing is to miss the bigger picture. Well, I'd appreciate it if you send me the differences, okay? Thank you, Kudus. Nana?
Kwame,
your buses are nice, but I don't know. This one says, Farouk says, congratulations to Nana Kumi and the STC leadership. Great addition to their fleet. Can he also tell us about maintenance and quality after sales service? Farouk in Tema. Are we guaranteed to buses here, disinfected buses here, there, or chinebi, the same quadri or baby? I wish you. Well, Akumia has smiled. Nana, thus far the MPP has brought us to another IMF discussion. Ebana say.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
That Messiah Macau said. Yeah, car roadworthy.
Roadworthy.
Bomodiana fa Okas and Kitwana Bra.
Mati.
Na yenya roadworthy anymore.
Mati.
When you bet your pa. Na Kwame, sa IMF asemi. Meme dear. They can me bo President Akufo-Addo Abasopa.
Are
Say in this instance, IMF instance, what say Banu de here na ya ye bibia say yenya nipa ni pi aka say esese ye no at this time on can say in kind no na okuntia enunti no say no na yo say no na nyo obi be kan bia no on sisana dream e can say we a good leader nature say we are flexible also. se mmerɛ so na ɛkwan bi ɛna yɛfa so a ɛbɛboa yɛn wonka sɛ wode saa kwan no waka sɛ womfa so danti no sɛ ɛbɛboa yɛn wɔmboa yɛn wode womfa so nti wakyerɛ great leadership ɛwɔ saa IMF asɛmi na bɛkyerɛ waseɛ kwa
metie
ɛnyaa yɛnim sɛ ɛfiri 2020 yareɛ kɛseɛ ɛfrɛ no covid ɛbaeɛ of course yɛn a ɛwɔ Africa ha ne other places no we have difficulties anameboa before covid bayi me nua Kwesi Pratt betena ha mpanyinfo no betena ha yɛka about the difficulties anameboa
okay
if say ye still no ye poor country and I feel ye lower middle income ye free difficulties more so o hwese na ye mrantie ne mani you know omunya obi owie school up and ho pray no so be to kwan akwa brochire every me time menim menua Kwesi time ya me time ye nyia ye ko school nyia wa ade ba ko esi wani so obewie no akwa brochire akosha obrase because na near meeting ewa ti we have been in difficulties for a long time but ye nyia nso ye nim say covid ba ye abema difficulties no ayesroko a free 2020 obi agitum a free 2020 esan covid na ahom chere different at their bent ewiase countries I call IMF so mo kwa kohwehwe mmoa ebro 100 wohwe Africa ha nkwa se Ghana beka ho a be 25 countries in Africa and I call IMF since 2020 or COVID DMT. So, and now we call Europe riots see ho. She Belgium only 5 million pe. Omu GDP and need the whole Africa ya pe. Belgium. But I now share route say see what Belgium June ye tremia. We share riots see what Ireland June Ecuador Israel of all places. Route say see how 17 February. France June ye tremia. Morocco baby because of cost of living inflation abama for Montreal. I free COVID. Nti yen difficulties no ewo ho na COVID no buy no ama difficulties no dey say there aginsem na Ghana there a free 2020 yes ya ebe boy homodin ni ahwe kwan a ya ye be faso na yetimi eyi e ho free special difficulties here COVID diabe. In the free 2020 other countries na American country over 100 countries echo IMF. Yes ya na debi ebetiti e more. Ni ahwe kwan a ya ebetimi aboa ye ho eyi e ho free sa COVID or how we 2020 there was no economic growth. Economic growth for Ghana 2019 na about 6.5. And we are Ghana DN one of the highest. So come OTB. 2019. 2020 0.4 in Ghana. Now Osha 2022 year. Osha your budget. Now buying sika osi obe here. A few way 137.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now shared revenue abansi obenya 100.5 billion Ghana cedis. The nature say shortfall 37 billion Ghana cedis.
I know I buy and I just obey.
I don't everybody friend no deficit. Sika here now they are juma person the year fee 137.5 billion. Sika will be from tax or revenue sources near 100.5 billion. Tinaka gap 37 billion. Aban say or the shishay eba. They been in the cuts. Cuts be aban say obe ye. Aketria ya kasa say no more pi yaketria 30% ya tiso. Aban beti petrol so e de man aban juma for na keka pi. Aban say obe save by 3 billion cedis from sa cuts or the buy or the abe a few way. Now fe adia ba konso E11 no na ban wa reshimu say a few way obenya 7 billion from E11. Still na kebi 37 billion we 7 billion now you san ye 3 still kebi. Na aka no na ahwe ebia besia kakra na kenka. But Kwame in the way trail say a free 2020 Ghana ben ya tisui si ebe obimia nani na ya hwe kwan a ye be faso na ya timi apagya ye ho free or how I wo ho a E11 covid ababe pimsu ti ho hyehyai and na ebi wo budget me bi na maka kire wo. But Kwame yenye ebeja to say in share titru 11 na ban edna ni to so anko senana yenya yesusu se beko. Number 1 11 yentimi ansha asie ye de call parliament December 2021 yenya ni musame sie enu ntini yentimi ansha 11 asia kosi April 2022. The nature say January, February, March, April. Nature say 4 months cut it up. So well, the 4 months ekwe aban say na 7 billion na me need that to say menya free E11 no. Me share time I chance here April dia. Na me wa wishim say menya 4 billion cedis. Now so Kwame ye share E11 as free April. Busumi Niensani April, May, June. Skana Benny that's also being free 11 and Kobani sir for the time being. Now buying expect to say in Kabusumi Bia in Ka 11 no the bay 334 million Ghana cedis. Beba. Unfortunately, 3 months ya 11 yedi ejumai. Sika edeba bosumi be 140 million. Out of a buying 340 I know or expect. 140 is about 200 ember. Gapi send American 37 billion gapi edaho. Tiebe anything. Eno na enipa pii a omo wonim de ewo finance ewo economics me sure say what pii Kwame say sana adeema ekoi na 11 nso nkoye na sa gapi ewo ho na e council eda ho say ebeya nkayenko IMF normal soya sin for sa gapi no broni friend no balance of payment si kayentimi enclose sa gap no e wo mra e-levy and sheda empejaye tipanye 4p many aspects Amimeti or Mishma Yamson, professors were university. P or my drink and say, Sena near my con. And you need 11, so I encore quite see a expecting. In the encore IMF. Who share a buying people are buying now? A buying penny for like I say, IMF dear. Ya be share quite ya be faso. Ya the name dear. And now, the year, a year, I can say.
Or see, I
or see a year. Me didn't share buy. But 3-4 months into the session, who said there be. Ye swadi ehun yes ane but meanwhile no Ghana for a bread enti despite enema aban penyin for aka said there be ya ye betiti ye more remu near the ahwe ya brabo mu wo sa covid difficulties in president etie said hwe despite enema ayaka say ya yen ye pese ye enkoye nti yenye tintintinti se ya kan se yen continue na kwan ya pese ye fa so no so enkoye nti no yenye tintinti ne yen fa sa kwan no so a entimi enkoye se na ye expecting na presidency da bi mumi yen fa ne aka no ntunchen even our pride yen fa ntunchen ne yenya dia a betimi aso ye sika semuno at this time. In fact, nipa na ye bon cancer se na nema ye na ban wo ye bi but then enkoye into IMF no, including the main opposition NDC. Kwa said there be aban wo ye bi but enkoye. He levies cows who pay emba inti ebe ya bo modern ko IMF. Apart from the main opposition, I'm like experts P in Swakasa. And for the president to say, Nea Kenya as a buying finance minister, one Yenya Ken Nea Kasi a Bayano, ya homegrown solution, Yenya and him say, Enkoye. Driansu there, say one chair, Ubu. And for him to give the direction. Se mo me fa bibia antonche na yenko IMF a show of great leadership for a leader who says ya ye ni betimi aye enko yese ne ya nida so nti yenhwe bibi fufura kwan fufura na yese hoden kempe despite all the ridicule beba president is a young fast because they're known as a saying a bit me aboye. In the short term, just in the next 2-3 years, na intimi inclusive gap no, na balance of payments no, intimi boye. IMF say be nya baby at 2.5 billion. Wow.
Could you upon here between 2 and 3 billion?
2 to 3 billion.
Yeah. And that there's already $1 billion that is waiting parliamentary approval.
Yeah. Now, even close to gap, no, because our balance of payments, Kwame, is the economy is bleeding. Say no, sika yaji yedi tria yenka insi hu ewo yenka so ye tria ejumaifu ka. There will be nothing left. That is how bad Enyemako. 11 na ye need that so sina come material. Na ban expect sen kabusumi bia ibenya 334 million cedis. Ni need that so pa so yedi ye adwuma no busumi miensen. Enkoba no sa.
But is it really me because some say 11 is starting May. May and June to 2 months.
Okay. But
when you say initial look I say April, but
2 months see. Say okay, say Parliament pass in April. Into 2 months see ID levy Juma. Na yenya on the average 140 million. Obaka last week ye bahan nasa IMF Vincent Semia Ashasi. Before me can say inka yenhwe nim kakra because 11 years shash yenche nti ke nhwe nim kakra ne yenhwe de be na to Cynthia yentiminya 340 million ebia na gap bi wa ha na yen close but a ban pan a president share no who say baby I call my to chacha enu nti de enko IMF na yenye nim say a sign NPP a ban we nsema ya kan afa IMF ho say yen yeko IMF they will ridicule us all the and kwam wow ni asemi sha say ya ridicule yansa but president say enya hwe at the end of the day etimi stabilize economy no stabilization no for the next 2-3 years na IMF na be boa ya 11 no that's wo possible say the 11 will catch up from next year and the next 2 years. But in the meantime, na economy na him na cedi no drop na yenye sika fa nye nema ese ade ye. Na presidency there be despite na makani nya no momemfa hanso me hwe. Because hono dey you sure. Si ebenya sesika yi. Oka so ko bob bisia kra wo international bond market. Kwa me interest rate in kwa be 9%. IMF is almost says interest rate net the form cry. For the president to take into account the Nema Bayaka, the ridicule, and still say at this point, we never boy. Makase mimpe, my buying penny for Cassie and pet. But me and Casse Nuntino Ghana for Bessri Intino, my uncle, Yanya Tintintinti. Na my economy no and cost an equi. That is why I'm saying, sir, the president deserves every commendation for the show of leadership at this time.
The same people who said the IMF was a lazy way, the same people who said, sir, going to the IMF no just say one more breye. The same people Omoka say sikanu awaha. And so a mismanagement and a diaba. And it has come back to bite.
Medical said everybody, the president knows this, that it will come back to bite. Oh, Kwame. Maybe I said they be in Sweden before. Kwame, yes, yeah, they be in Sweden before. So I want to and if you see a brabant to say mathematics, they be out the 1 + 1, boom, 2. So I'm not mentioning. Life is not physics. A social science. Enti emre Dania. Obi o ha on Daniel because well ade makaze yam pa enti we ya hwe ne be. Obi betimi akasa. But it takes a bold leadership to say despite me akanya yetimi ko yan na wahu na say yan so ya jitum say enya say ban ni sorry na continue medical say COVID is shasi over 100 countries and echo IMF since 2020. Aban say there be ya yebetiti memorial. But they do baby na say one kasa a awodin a opese odi pagya ahune so a. Kwame. Obeka say ferry ntino. Obetena ho umbisa for moi. Moae. Nkwame.
Obebisa.
Obebisa. Cause what try wa ho odin say obi pagya ho using one kasa wa ho odin. But they do baby no one so wa ho odin enso a. Now because say pride ntino mean bisa menyonko no for helper. Now why now yet? Now in this case, so no Ghana for ankre na be bre say economy no ko ekwan aye kwe. Intina me feel say President Akufo-Addo ayade in sad decision I would take. Him said the finance minister, for example, and I'm sure many members of the government they will not be in agreement. But it takes the leader to show the way. Okay, I'm saying I mean your principle can myself. 2001. Time ka memo yen. Na World Bank for one she be friend no HIPIC. And you see there be ka memo yen but Ghana First country in Africa independence. Me and call him no. Yeah, I share kwanya bit me. Aye. President Kufuor Debbie. One more din so. I say what me realize is one more din so. Now bisa for more. And we went HIPIC. And fortunately, we did well. We came out of HIPIC. And say no, me then I miss friend say, we know a national issue. So be best real is a national issue. A buying team the Beko IMF. Yema labor for income.
The labor for ya mo so monpe.
Oze.
Labor for ya so monpe.
Enye sana bana mu no so monpe. Anamba. Into the form ka ho. Chizo mo ka se o there be yende yenko. But form ka ho. So mbe kwa ebe boa so mo ka aban team ne ho. Na ebi omo so mo wo esrosrun bia they can put it at the table. Anamba. Yeah, my employers and so ka ho. Yeah, my NDC for nkra ba community bi encounter. Say be you be to say you set tech back. Huh?
Because he's done it before?
Because what was that tech back? Why Juma why I'm about 10 years? And so no baby yet.
Yeah.
Until no crowd yet. Why Juma wa IMF? Da right in there. I know so a year Juma on IMF programs for other countries. And obey a finance minister so or call IMF or come home here call IMF 2015 or something. So into no bit so no say cry say a buying at the kahua because we need a broad front.
Obviously, Mr. said now you are looking for a broad front. You said you had the men. Where are the men?
I didn't you have the men now. Udu baby now oh sink here. O say you have the men to me sink. Is that what you do, Kwame? Kwame, you wouldn't do that. Some me hey. Some me feel say be my bank account.
Oh, bin
but say me pay BB na me share na me ntimi nkaida na me bisa kwesi a na chese me ben. Me bisa kwesi. So kwesi sa de be refi ana sa de be ni hunim de kakra. De be na obetimi aka share. Well, obia nye completely independent. Nti no matter how I feel say what be e do baby na o try sena wan kasa obetimi na se wa ho den nso a Kwame na we kasa dey my bin ti na me bisa obi a bibia nti e na se nso do be kwa mfa me ko se o na ye champion swimmer Kwame na o dware na jama for bojo so na o dware na if do baby na o se asro chi bi na e ba na no odi nti wa ho odi ntimi a ozo me na me ya champion swimmer Ghana ha nti me to me say fresh e me boa na nso no fa unko na so no de okwa fa so be na be also. That's why I believe that the president deserves credit for this particular decision. He will be ridiculed. I'm out for best friend.
Oh, yeah, sure,
but
yeah, really do pa.
But GD in this particular instance, crowd here, the main opposition po. I say, look, this is the way to go. Until they are willing.
But
to
interestingly,
support.
General Secretary of the opposition, main opposition, say the decision to go to IMF. No, obe kamo mu bia na che say obun sankra de betime defending or heaven.
Mentiasi,
o say IMF here is here kwe. Obi a obe justify no na che so betime defending obun sankra or heaven.
Oh, now the President Mahama, nya President Mahama last week your cancer yenko.
Me can see you don't get President Mahama.
Na see you get sans money or catch President Mahama. In fact, I see you don't get your same you cry puntino. Mamenka asemwa President Mahama echo Harvard. Mamenka FIA. I'll say Nikotunu directly. Data from the Economic Commission of Africa shows that COVID-19 has created the continent's worst recession in 50 years, with GDP shrinking by an average of 3% in 2020. I say before the pandemic, poverty reduction was already a challenge. It has been worsened completely by the pandemic. This is President Mahama. I said, "Don't get that on tea. What number found I mean, for the man." Now, I say, President Mahama, I say, I will have it. This is 23rd March year, 2022. I'll say, like governments all over the world, it became necessary for African governments to take action to shield their population from the pandemic. This meant, in many cases, record deficits due to unbudgeted expenditures. This has devastated many African economies and sunk them deeper into unsustainable debts and economic downturn. The pandemic has had a general deleterious effect on the economy of African countries. This President Mahama, I see you don't get here.
Right, let me just read a few messages.
I say the pandemic is estimated to have dragged about 55 million more people into poverty in Africa and exposed another 46 million more to the risk of hunger and malnourishment. Indeed, 70% of hunger in Africa, which had already been on the rise since 2014, is directly attributable to this pandemic. And indeed, President Mahama, living by his word, was the first to, one of the main aid to suggest a young IMF. In America says here, the ubit says set up then we'll be getting a broad front. Nasana kwesi kan you know. And yet IMF the Bible solve systemic problems. When a short term relief from balance of payment difficulties.
Cash in
the long cash in the medium term, and Yama Kwesi can. I see it in as open. The mining is it true that we are getting this small amount? What can we do?
Question I've always asked, the answer I've always received, which I'll share with you. What have we invested beyond owning the resource? Say, oil to send your oily, and now gold, or diamond, or bauxite. Na ubi ede nisikaba bishimwa. Or cutting cost, really cost free muria. And so I know I can. Ain't what investment do you yourself put into that resource? OJ be 70% and 80%. And what negotiation skills? And only the bottom line.
But that's the point.
Negotiation skills.
Negotiation skills.
And then I'll try upon how can you intia. Yeah, 5%. Now will be any 30%.
That's it. Since 1960, I am mining Babatone. We have the benefit of hindsight. Ebiasa first time in Una, you name what it involves, near 10%. And then with the benefit of hindsight, knowing the revenue from mining, what these mining companies have, investment, me sure say, we invest in the OB resource. Na Uwenyano is so much more than Uwenya. It opens the field for renegotiation.
Yes, any panakas so
well. At least we should only say Rollins Bresso of Professor Kila Pasoya. Say only mining companies no share to see if we can get additional benefit from mining. And it was successful. So nothing stops us from going and meeting them to renegotiate. Because if the Ghanaian population is dying, now to go to Ghana, what do you benefit?
Nothing.
Well, beyond that, Sir Gogisberg economy, I can free Governor Gogisberg 1920s. Now you took cocoa, you took rubber, you took diamond. Now you have bibia no value addition. You took cocoa, now you turning into chocolate. Now turn chocolate now. Unya move 10 times more than Ubenya from.
But we've known this forever.
And it has to be a national push to to reverse this. Aban bia ba oka. Aban bia ni wa bob ka say is God is bigger coming back necessary. It has to take a national push. And you see one district, one factory. ABI see every district. But to me who said there's a certain push to add value. There's a certain push to add value. All the factories, there's 100 factories here. They are adding value to something. Whether it is pawpaw, whether it is mango, whether it is timber, whether it is clay,
pineapple,
whether it is pineapple, whether it is a refuse, they are all adding value to something. Now, I can say there seems to be a deliberate push. It should be one we should encourage government. It should be a harder push, but it's a push in the right direction. Say Yetimini IMF for area. These kind of pursuits, the industrial pursuits.
Mr.
Bani, only mention
Nanas we mean brutal. Chief Bani just passing through. Yeah.
I don't know. Sir, IMF a short term, 2-3 years. But in the medium term, what do we do to change the system? In another 20 years or even 10 years. Our balance of payment difficulties. IMF. Said this time because of COVID. But still, balance of payment difficulties.
We can't look at everything in Ghana from a political prism. Talk is cheap. If the MPP didn't berate the NDC with all sorts of names when they went to the IMF, the populace wouldn't go gaga today. We're where we are. Time for government to seriously tighten spend, cut the fluff around free SHS, allow labor unions and government to stop the strikes and rally behind to sustain the economy. After 5 years in power, it's time government owns the issues. Stop the needless comparison with the NDC. Let's talk now. All action by the MPP to stabilize the economy. One Ghana. Odikro sends that one in. Now this one says there be saying you as a person no can. Churches cannot change a nation but righteousness. In the same way, IMF cannot solve Ghana's problems, but the right things must be done. JSM in Kumasi. And then let me see. Okay. 1, 2. NPP is now knocking on the door of the IMF. Baumia, where are you? Mr. Emmanuel Wete Gomwa Akrama sends that one. When is President Akufo-Addo? This one says, hey, wait. This one says, Kwame, it's a pattern. The tradition goes on. Debia comparison. If they are so right, why are we here? Kasani too much. Nana dollar in Pokwase. I back any decision by the government that will help our beloved Ghana to grow economically. But going forward, my humble advice to all politicians, NDC and MPP especially, do not play politics with IMF and fuel prices. We're tired. David Bequin Tete sends that one. And then okay, my name is Yusuf from the Tamale College of Education. Tell Nana Kumia I love him. I love you all. Okay, Yusuf, thank you very much. If the IMF alternative is the alternative way, okay, wait, let me say, Brofana left kakra, Mofanchami. Bibi papa. Okay. Okay. Please let Uncle Kwesi Pratt know that we handled the COVID situation well, but that also means we spent more. So there should be a link between the huge expenses and the hardships. Quoting the president, quote, we know how to bring the economy back, but what we don't know is to bring back people back to life. Tony Osei Asari in Ardenta. I totally agree with Uncle Kwesi Pratt. Going to IMF will rather increase the hardship in the country. Ghanaians should tighten their belts. Safu Kantanka in Okanshin. Okay, and then Okay, we read this one already. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Mihumba could be Professor Jampodian. We've seen that already. We read it. Okay. Kwame, the way out is for our leaders to change their greedy attitudes. Again, the interest of the political parties is the main fighting agents against policy implementation. Abeku Wilson, Savannah, Georgia, sends that one in. Savannah, Georgia. Maybe I'm saying okay, Savannah, Georgia. It will be on my shopping list. And then we'll see how it goes. For some of us who haven't found employment since 2014 and still searching for employment, because of IMF, I would choose e-levy over IMF any day, anytime, anywhere. So with the new IMF mean my search for employment to be extended to about 2 to 3 years, I'm dead though, KSK, I will the Zenith area. I honestly I have no idea. I just hope that you can find a job as quickly as possible. I can understand how difficult it is. Especially for young people, area school at Omunye Jumanye. It's very, very tough for most of you. And I understand that. I sympathize. Anyway, Peace 104.3 0244 844 488. If you'd like to send a message, 0244 844 488. Kwame, Gordon Gadgesberg ruled from 1919 to 1927. And we are still practicing a Gadgesberg economy. Samson Kwame Nyamiche, good morning to you and to everybody listening to us on Hello FM in Kumasi and beyond. Wow, here Hello FM Kumasi and beyond Biano. Peace 104.3. Yeah, Twa, Jumi Dinoso. Kwame, if members of parliament like Sam George gleefully say they give cash to avoid the payment on e-levy, well, when he needs development in his area, what do we expect? Leslie says so. And then Nana Kumia, you are sharp. Thumbs up for how you are answering the questions. Well, it's not a question, we're having a conversation. The MPP is eating humble pie, but with eggs on their faces. Yeah. And let me say kudos to the Ghana Armed Forces. I've received some pictures from Teshinwa A-Life area and also from Chado, the general area of Chado. Brigadier General Amwa AC and Moboy Sinya Damasi. Ne Eduma Maye Osai area ho. Damasi be brave. Damasi. Saving lives as usual. For those who say they don't see the value of the armed forces, it do maybe say, and I'm moving home. Say, near better, sir. Inti Yadamasi. And this one says, Chairman General, there's no doubt that we are in a very difficult situation. I believe that if all collectively rallied our support behind the government, this too shall pass. Nane Kuyama Boateng, Ablekuma Central. Those bashing the government should know this. Ghana going to the IMF in 2015 was a result of mismanagement. Going to the IMF now is not about any mismanagement. Ejadam, so what is it about? MPP is still far, I mean, better than the NDC. Abdul Majid, Obuasi Sikujase. If Ghana does not resolve all this gold and oil going waste in our country, we better stop talking about IMF. Daniel Ochre in Soutium. When we get the IMF money, we should allow PWD to do the work. No sole sourcing, no private companies, business as usual. Kwesi in a brie, how is that even possible? I totally support what Nana Kumia is saying. Let's support government. And Kuma Foster, Achim Ayeribi. Okay. Kwesi Pratt, the waste in our system is too much. Kwame, the waste in our system is too much. Nana Kumia, the waste in our system is too much. It is better we change or forever be at the mercy of the Western world. Bogakoto in Achimota. Okay, we read this. Okay. What is preventing the NPP from bringing back the road tolls levy? As the saying goes, little drops of water make a mighty ocean. Kondas Bedu, Seshi Asafo. Since that one. There's no denying the fact that times are difficult, for which reason some increase in salary will be needed. But then, why not dialogue but go on strike? Especially at this critical time when the students are preparing for BEC and WACC. For me, the strike action by the teacher unions is not fair to all of us and to government. Say Obama in Pokwase. Well, that is what you say. No problem. Let's see, where do we end? Okay. Actually, yeah. Kwesi, Bremnian Pong. Yes, Kwesi. Emmanuel Mpacho.
Master Mpacho P, one more cassette. COVID, the dear could do something. So, Alabra commentary break. Because no crabby and Miss Assam. One more country.
I say COVID didn't come home.
Would they make our
okay?
But you must see. Country director of World Bank. What kind of some kind?
Yeah, be Pacho Boy.
The World Bank has asked the government of Ghana to tell Ghanaians the truth about the state of the country's economy before the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic. According to the bank's Ghana's economy started wobbling in the woods before the world started battling COVID-19 outbreak. World Bank.
Insight.
Yeah. By the way, it's everywhere. It's on the network everywhere. World Bank Country Director Mr. Pierre-Frank Laporte revealed during a public lecture by the One Ghana movement that the current economic situation Ghana is faced with was expected before COVID. This follows the government constant blaming of COVID-19 pandemic for the current economic woes of the country, which has impacted Ghanaians as they have to deal with the high inflation rate and cost of living. Mr. Laporte also indicated that his office had spoken to the finance minister, who acknowledges the severity of the situation. Yes, COVID-19 has not helped, but even before COVID-19, there were signs that the situation was getting a little bit more challenging. Oh, how he put it. The key thing is to be transparent with the people he noted. It's a long thing. You can see it. So even the World Bank does not agree that COVID-19 is responsible. And in fact, Kwame, yaka say yaka 1990s to 2000 ho baby. Masa niesi. Me boa wo de afra koto ampa. They predicted it. See bedua. Yes. So he pick, it will not take us out of this problem. And that eventually, if we don't deal with the fundamental problems of this country, this is what we will get. The predictions are there. And if I do, trajectory now a fashion, this is where it will lead us. And this is where it has brought us. You understand? Now, media. Master, one day, Master simple. Kwame, only Nana Kumia, Munambe, Madanse for.
Media.
Over the last 2 years, the boy Munkanchens and the boy. The BM studio has a learn America. As Americans, a Fakwa, Sika Samo call. A bay here pass a Fanuni in a Becca boom. Kwame, okay. Over the last 2 years, I've been saying this for 2 years running. So, a bank should take the plunge. Invite NDC leaders. Invite Womuni Party, Munia, that is Nana Kumiake, Labour Movement. No, be untransit. Ni na yem fa no kura ntu fom say chale. Aha ne yadu. Ne yem pe ya hawo no anu adu.
Anya bi ne kwa we sinchia anya yi no.
What was it?
Anya bi ne kwa we sinchia.
Ya national consensus. Say bi no boycott here.
No, but the can is not the same concept.
More or less. But since we didn't achieve national consensus because of boycott. Oh, let me tell you. And then, Salu Biaka, and the other day, Zabaya, Yanni NDC put in transfer. That day, I can't be 2 years a job to be empty. Now, Kwame, Yanni and Nakumiano, no, who tackle Naya because he's been consistent on amateur. Who tackle yeah, in na Kwame Misre adia wonim sedachi ebeto no o ka ho sema ya no hwe yie kakra obiara
say bia na wonim say beto
na no say beto dia na say wonim de because near koi obi ehun say e be akudu san pepen so not me ba bontin pa bebie wa no be ka say obi obekọ IMF bia wa board na wie na kwa IMF o say anya odi yi
why na ka say
why must say
why na ka say
ano people be some man can't know
tell me
na we refi
yes say asem e petekude no
we say
asem e petekude no di mu achi nie
okay hey say obi obekọ IMF bia say wa bodam abodam pa o enye se wa Jimmy po no shipa but we do say wo kwa IMF let say wo abodam about fi na say che wo asu twa ho na kwa IMF na de na ato na abodam ne bi aka wala say ya ben wala say de me nti ase o nti ya kasa ya no kasa etu onyanko ho etu eduam ebinu no
etu ayonko ho a
na say mitra ho na metie ne ya mpanimfo ni bi kai na kwa wonim ye ne kodo oponkroma the first statement or announce say ebeko IMF so what kind there was something striking about that statement
today
or say the president has agreed or instructed the
finance minister
almost started formal formal contact with the IMF formal now master say before there not informal contacts because one
well not that I know of
now say informal contacts because one I didn't think they were contacting IMF no? They were still telling us
you are assuming that they were contacting IMF because of the word formal in the your choice.
I said difference between me say so now informal contacts na share there.
Na say share.
Oh, Kwame. And share it would not have been possible for IMF delegation to be arriving today when the thing was announced only Friday. It's not possible.
Because we wouldn't say we are members of the IMF.
I know.
We have constant interaction with them. In fact, the IMF has a mission in Ghana. So there's always contact. Always. They actually have a sitting mission in Ghana.
It is in respect of the bailout program. The statement issued by the minister was in respect of the bailout program. It was not just normal contacts. No. And if
why would you assume otherwise?
So why would I assume otherwise?
Yes. So Minister Nisemini will say the president said they should start formal contact. And now it means that there has been informal contact.
Why was it?
So why would you assume so? Because as for the informal contact, it's going on every day. They have a mission chief in Ghana.
No.
What if some more mission chief? They have a mission.
It doesn't mean so we're having contacts with them on a bailout program.
On a daily basis, we have contact with them.
Oh, so
daily basis.
Fantastic.
But we are members.
I am not just talking about ordinary contact.
Do you know
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the bailout program.
And what is your basis for that?
Basis for what?
For your statement that there has been a bailout context.
Hey, now
what is your basis for that?
Information minister say, president say, formal. Nature said there must have been some informal deliberations.
There must have been.
Yes.
And they may not.
Well.
So how do you proceed on that basis?
But if you say that they have a chief of mission, Nana, so say chief of mission, chief of mission, then there must have been some.
Yes, so it's normal, it's regular.
In relation to this one,
regular. Bailout programs are not normal and they are not regular. Bailout programs are not. Let us accept.
But you agree they have an IMF mission in Ghana?
So of course.
You agree.
So what?
Of course.
So what?
So factor it.
Factor it into what?
They cannot be here and then there's no interaction. They're just sitting here as an island. It cannot be.
Nana, I think you are deliberately doing this.
Okay, what do you say? So that I can respond.
It's most unfortunate because one, How can I say, sir, there's been no contact between government and IMF? And I say,
but that's what you're saying, sir. There must have been contact.
And I say, any contact between government and IMF is improper. Say, so, National Day, they invited IMF director. No, could you have not? Who could track contact? Massa, is that not a contact?
Okay, who could track contact?
Is that not a contact? I have contact. IMF, Papa, or your dinner. That's what Freddie ministers no more share in your contact. Contact, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking with respect with this particular bailout program. Nature America said, Massa, Thursday, last week Thursday. Now one more what Ben will say, what would the woman say, Shake Jam say, young call IMF. Maybe last week Thursday, nobody the woman say, Shake Jam say, young call IMF. So the distinction between formal and informal is important. It's important in this discussion. It's important because if there had been contacts on this bailout program before Friday now, no more interaction. Then they didn't tell us the truth.
Okay, just to buttress your point, that is assuming to buttress your point. Make a Nkwadwo statement Nibium. The President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has authorized the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to commence formal engagements with the International Monetary Fund, inviting the fund to support an economic program put together by the government of Ghana. Second paragraph. This follows a telephone conversation between the President and the IMF Managing Director, Ms. Kristalina Georgieva, conveying Ghana's decision to engage with the fund. So yes, there was some
telephone conversation. That's what it says in the statement. Into who there now can is speculation.
Speculation,
which is born out by nothing. The statement says telephone contact, telephone conversation. Because that's what the statement says. So why don't you stick to the statement? Why are you making your own statement?
We should treat each other with respect.
It will not wash. It will not wash.
We should treat each other with respect.
I will tantrums. It will not wash.
Even this tantrum is very disrespectful.
It will not wash today.
To reflect what I'm saying as tantrums is very disrespectful. I have treated
you with respect. No. By telling me that I'm disrespectful. You are telling me I am disrespectful.
Of course. If
you are throwing tantrums. Stop it.
That is very disrespectful.
But you are telling me I'm disrespectful. And that is not an insult. You are throwing tantrums. Stop it.
Tantrums.
It's not necessary.
Nana.
Statement now. Quote the statement that the minister said.
But that's the statement.
Don't quote your own statement. It's a telephone conversation. That's what it says.
Oh. No,
telephone conversation.
Crazy.
Stop your tantrums. It's not necessary. I don't know everything. Stick to the statement. Stick to it. And stop the tantrum. It's not worth your while. Stop the statement. Minister issue. He talks about telephone conversation
between the President and the IMF Managing Director. At a meeting on June 30, Cabinet indicated
let me respond.
He says the President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has authorized Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to commence formal engagements with the International Monetary Fund, inviting the fund to support an economic program put together by the government of Ghana. This follows a telephone conversation between the President and the IMF Managing Director, conveying Ghana's decision to engage with the fund. At a meeting on June 30th, the Cabinet indicated its support for the decision. The engagement with the IMF will seek to provide balance of payment support as part of a broader effort to quicken Ghana's build back in the face of challenges induced by the COVID-19 pandemic and recently the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Signed, Kojo Oponkroma, MP, Minister.
How is this different from what I was saying? And may say the reference to formal contact may indicate that there were informal contacts. What has telephone conversation got?
And it may not indicate so.
Now me can want to say.
Yeah, but I'm explaining the may.
So
don't proceed on your may. Okay, you proceed.
What should I proceed?
Okay,
what should I proceed?
What so I can respond.
Go ahead and respond.
Okay, let me respond. Sure. Kwame. Yenya him say there have been internal difficulties. Nobody runs away from that.
Okay.
But to say that COVID has no effect is wrong. It is totally wrong and not being objective to the facts. Because everybody knows. Who say World Bank president? Mami,
one guy said you are listening to some.
Who say me respond?
You are listening to voices outside this room. You are listening to voices outside this room and responding to those voices.
You can insult me all you want. I'll make my point.
Did I say COVID has no impact? Did I say that?
That's what I'm saying. He's
responding to me.
No, but I'm saying when I was you.
So there are some voices speaking to you which are not in this room.
Look,
Crazy. Okay. Na respond so for you channel.
No respond no the Kofa rough road that me.
Okay. Kwame, because this is Mami Kofa rough road. Kwame, uni.
Kwame Safa kai ma bro.
Now you can say Kwame.
Yes, Nana meeting.
There are over 25 countries which have gone to the IMF.
Yeah.
It is not by accident. Including Cote d'Ivoire. They've applied.
Cote d'Ivoire has applied?
Yes. And not by accident. It is because of something extraordinary. Kwesisi World Bank president is saying, hey, look, let me quote to you the IMF boss. In fact, IMF issue statement said, because of the difficulties with COVID, they have set aside $700 billion to offer support to countries because of COVID. The IMF has made the statement to that effect. So they recognize that COVID presents special difficulties across the world. And even though there are internal problems in Ghana and other countries, to say that COVID has had no effect will not be speaking to the truth. Absolutely. Now, 25 countries say call IMF in the last 2 years. Is it for nothing? And the IMF boss, if you paper, look, I mean, I say the Daily Graphic Thursday, April 21. I say the manager on the she's even talking about the effect of even the Ukraine war. I say the managing director of the IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, has said an end to the Russian-Ukraine conflict will hasten global economic recovery. So even the Ukraine war, the IMF recognizes it's had a bad impact on the global economy. Well, we can have an objective analysis. We can talk about our internal weaknesses. We all agree that the internal issues, I say, are fixing. But to say that all the problems we are going through in Africa and in Ghana is solely because of internal difficulties too is not true. Now, a question can say, now a BB boy, petrol boy, a francophone countries. I agree. One of the main reasons I hear petrol boy na cost requirement is the
exchange rate volatility.
Now, the South Francophone for it, they have a stable exchange rate basically because the exchange rate is controlled in France.
And then they also have price controls. Now, yeah, no credit free. What? Yeah, electricity. It's much cheaper than these countries. How about that? Look, there are internal difficulties we must face. We must look at mining reform. We must look at repatriation of profits by telcos and all these big-time people who have to change. Mining firms, oil companies.
Oh, yeah, all of them. We have to do that. We have to change the structure. We must industrialize. These are all problems. But you cannot say that COVID has no effect. And nobody would agree with you. And because you should move away from that.
But
now, Kasania can be somebody's not.
But could be obedient by
I let tantrums. I got to throw tantrums and then you jail. Who engage you? You need to throw tantrums. So
but Nana questions now, but Nana question. Obedient by could be by mankind earlier, but or say we should stop bastardizing these gold and oil companies because we should look at our own laws.
Fantastic.
Or say they come here and acquire concessions under our laws and pay for them. Then they invest in exploration. If they don't find minerals or oil, it's their loss. If they find it, they raise the money to mine or drill, and then the state gets an automatic 10% carried interest. The large mining companies are one of the top taxpayers in this country. Now, ask Christian Akumia, we own state gold mining. We owned Obuasi. We owned Akwetia Diamonds. We owned Ghana Airways. What happened to all of these? If we still owned them, probably the story would have been different.
But Kwame, nobody is blaming any. Oh, because now I'm speaking. Mami, yeah, 2 seconds. You're
speaking. Who are now? 2 seconds.
And you're not saying me Libya. And you're not saying me Libya. You're not saying my bone. Intimate call. Naminja. Okay, make my bone to make up.
Hey, and the one pan and another could any fees.
I say my bone. I say my bone. Just I don't be no and you are not just say they show you disrespect. Now you're near man. Jai. Mami wie masemame. I'm going to say World Bank boss.
There be World Bank representative.
Boss now can you? Boss now.
I say rep.
Play back the tape, Kwame. Play back the tape.
Okay. World Bank boss, World Bank rep, World Bank.
Oh, they are bought tape. Because they are bought tape.
Hey, because
and tape is Mumbos is here.
And some okay. Nana Kumiaka be trying you do. Nana Kumiaka be. Just a tantrums, Nana how. Because tantrums, I don't know.
Mr. is a media program now. Be allowed secondary school. When I will
be also my bond to the member credit. Nipa our bond.
Question me here. World Bank country representative.
Also boss.
Okay, boss.
Senior representative.
No problem, boss.
I know I can't. I never born. I now can't. Upa mumbo tape no vaccine.
But whilst we are at it, the World Bank has appointed a Ghanaian, Victoria Kwakwa, as the new vice president for Eastern and Southern Africa.
No problem.
Yeah, Ghanaian. Anyway, that is by the by. Victoria Kwakwa, congratulations. Kwesika, World Bank rep boss Nefe Yanko. Yes.
From the World Bank country representative. Yes, COVID-19 has not helped. But even before COVID-19, there were signs that the situation was getting a little bit more challenging. Man, can we?
First, can hold.
Can we?
No.
Okay.
That COVID-19 has not helped.
Nana.
COVID-19 has not helped one kind. I'm sitting here with
you.
No.
First day, now the other come who said COVID-19 has not helped you. You see, you didn't quote it.
I read it. Me can't. And I was
watching you closely.
You are watching closely.
My bounty, my play it back just now. So first quote he said COVID-19 has one.
Kwame,
yes, crazy.
You go to the book but oh, Bona Kwame,
Ebia Nana Swante. Ebia no kind bibi.
Anti Mekasa na so ha no
Mekasa, Messi no kind bibi na adwini ho. Wo na se na so ha no.
Ti say me na tem.
Mekasa. Na so kasa na so ha na context is very important.
And I'm saying, but tape in your and I saw her and I said, what tape you be who's an
you mentioned that COVID-19 hasn't helped. Okay. And then you're kind.
Mr. Banti. Tape no keke.
Now you're going to create problems for me. Obi say, oh, Nana Kumi, I beg. Kwesi read it, we all heard. That's what I said. At this stage, we the listeners crave your indulgence to end the show. This is the IMF extended edition of Kokrokoo with tantrums and Naswewu all day inside.
What
Kwesi Pratt read it, but the truth is Kwesi didn't emphasize the COVID part. That is
so emphasis baby
into the mafumo the mumaninka and you know one besa but also ya only make us I you because
oh, isn't that nice?
Now let me kasa by heart is a better than me.
Oh, it was yet so bufu ye.
Oh,
and Nana Pacho.
Why me nipa?
Eh, ni papa.
Nipa. Anya ye kura dem ha no. A dem ho forget age. A dem ho be champion.
Oh, now ni panya, oh you penny wa hanya.
Now let me kasa the no answer to mama sa. Now be to mama sa na me to me. Kwesi born some man.
Kwame, me pa Kwesi acho. On kana me kan yo se yenye se na be America ni biem.
But okache osisi ase so no aka bibia fom wa fache no.
Yeah.
Sa no kan yo.
Yeah.
Na yinye enuanom.
Aha.
Na emumu so na keke ona start here na e man ni bufu.
Pese me hu na me kan yo se yenye.
What you be
yen kokot. Nana kuma ka sama mu ka be osi yen kokot.
No, me pese me hu na me kan ya enye no.
Nya okan no.
Enye. Na me repeat.
But what you atum say or say wa pouch what you atum.
Kabika ma pa na chawo.
Ene pa na chawo yen kwa no me na o ya evidence baby.
Rules of evidence.
No, me pese me hu na me kan ya enye se na be ya next time. What's this about?
Unye bi da ene me hu ne kan wa.
Chere me na me ya o se enye no.
Na kan wo se di o mi hu.
That chere me na me kan na o se enye.
Forget.
Oh. Then next week me say be repeat ya na yen. Into that chairman na me kan ye na o se enye no.
And yeah, massa, next week you sound be repeat a compound about the
I don't think I me say chairman na me kan ya o se enye. Se na be
na we just
na ko bia.
Say me man in Canada.
O se jemu na nka o so pese be jemu. O pese still a o pe evidence. Ede.
What rules of evidence I bet
Kokrokoo so nya court.
Grabbing as a one chairman na me kan ya nya. Me dey know himself from so ni ane.
I say nya kan no one pet.
Nya na me kan ya o se one pet. Se na be a main repeat.
Nya kan man akoma buy no.
And there.
Na me kan so o through tantrums. And man e bufu ye.
Before then.
Before the
before tantrums.
Hey sir.
Tantrums. Tantrums Jimmy for a total tantrum. But in German.
Nana Osi in German.
Cool.
So this is the tantrums throwing edition of Kokrokoo with Tiwi and Asui. Kwame, my day didn't start well, but you guys make her excited this morning. Share. If you say be joke, Ebi say, I say his day didn't start well, but we made him excited. And I'm here. Unimbra ya bro them how. These are men in their 60s. So, and I mean, I am the one in charge of making sure that the tantrums, the tiwi and the asui are all controlled. Anyway, it's a beautiful job, and I'll not trade it for anything. Nana Komia and Kwesi Pratt. Most importantly, you out there listening, watching,